Hello value family, you're welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to share with you how to make this correct Nsala soup. And you know one thing, yam was not used as a thickener for this soup and it's so good. So make sure to watch this video to the end. Into the pot I'm going to be adding in the protein we are using for this is chicken, the old layers chicken. Those ones are recommended for soups like this. Add in your chopped onions. We're going to be adding in some seasoning powder, just adding your seasoning powder. And this is a mixture of the yellow and the red peppers. You just need that flavors from the yellow pepper. So we're going to be adding in salt now, and we are going to be adding in my pepper soup spice. And the pepper soup spice has more of ozuza. I blended this myself, so just add it in and stir this all together. Make sure to watch this video very well because if you make your nsala soup this way, you are not going back on it. And anybody that eats your nsala soup will definitely ask you for more. This nsala soup is so delicious. So we are going to cover this thing and allow this to cook in its own juice. Some minutes later, this is what we have. See the liquid that the chicken has produced. So we are now going to add in our stockfish, and I'm using the stockfish head. You can use the stockfish fillet, any part of stockfish you want. So I'll add in the stockfish head that I'm using. I'll pour in water that is big enough now to cook this old layers chicken. Remember, we are using old layers chicken and it takes time to cook. So you're just going to add in water that will cook it so that it will be soft enough for you to eat it. So stir this all together. You can just adjust your seasoning at this point or you can leave it to boil. So stir this all together and cover it up and allow this to cook. This is a time for you to prepare your egusi balls that will go in well with the nsala soup. So pour in your blended melon, that's egusi, into the mortar. Add in seasoning cube, add in some salt. You're going to be adding in this also. This is going to act as a binder for this egusi. Add in some chopped onions. Every of this is going to flavor this egusi balls and you're going to enjoy eating it. So you're going to stir this and make sure to mix everything all together. So I'm just making sure to pound it so that it can be in powdered form, just like the egusi. So after pounding, this is what it should look like. At this point, you're going to add a little hot water because you want to extract the oil from this egusi. You can as well do this process with your hands in your tray or a bowl. You can use a mortar if you want it more easier and less messy. So use the mortar and do this. So add in little water bit by bit so that it won't be running. So as I'm adding and mixing this, so after binding this together, this is what it should look like. Just to add, not all egusi produces oil. Some don't have much oil in them, just like this one. So if your own has much oil, make sure to take the oil out and do with the egusi itself. So you're going to mold this into balls just like this. You can mold it to any desired shape that you like, but this is the shape I like my egusi balls to be, just this tiny little balls. So this is what the egusi balls looks like. We had done, and this is what we have. This is what it looks like. So back to our soup. It should be boiling at this point. So you're going to pour in these egusi balls into the soup. Just make sure that the egusi balls are properly submerged into the soup stock. Some cook their egusi balls differently, but if you cook yours in your soup stock like this, it's going to also absorb the flavors from the soup. So cover this up and allow this to cook. So once it's cooked, the egusi is just going to turn very white. That's the egusi balls. So some minutes later, we are going to check on the egusi balls whether it is ready, and as you can see, it's ready at this point because this has been boiling for quite a long time. If you observe well, you can see that the liquid in the soup has reduced. So I'm going to add in more water to this soup and adjust the seasoning. Please, when you are making soup, do well to test at this stage. At this point, you are going to adjust your seasoning. So after that, I will allow the water to boil. And this is what we are using to thicken this nsala soup. This is our paratha seed powder. I have a video on how I process this apparatus seed. So if you're interested, do where to check it out. It's on my short here. So add in this apparatus seeds powder. This is so good. It's so perfect for your Nsala soup. So after that, you're going to be adding in your crayfish. Just stir this all together and allow this to cook. This apparatus seeds powder gives this soup a very distinctive taste. It has this nutty flavor that it comes with. See, you need to try this out. But in the absence of apparatus seed powder, you can use your yam. That's you can pound your yam and use to thicken your soup. So I'm just checking on the consistency of the soup. If it's too watery, add in more. But just know that this is going to thicken more when it cools. So right now, this is totally optional. You can add in your ozoza leaves at this point. Just add in the ozoza leaves. This is just going to highlight with the ozoza seed you've added initially and gives it more flavor. So stir this all together. You're going to allow the aroma from the ozoza leaves to really come out before you turn off your heat. And I'm stirring this all together to make sure that this soup doesn't have any lump at all. And that is it, guys. See how to make a delicious pot of Nsala soup that you will eat and eat and eat without getting tired. Like I said earlier, your soup will thicken more when it's cool. As you can see, this is what you have. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in another amazing recipe. Take care. Bye.